This is the first in a 5-part series of conversations I'm having with church members about prayers, presence, gifts, service, and witness. And today, a conversation with Ann Wilson, longtime church member, about prayer. Take a listen. Ann, thanks for making time to meet with me like this. I know it's different than meeting in person, but we can meet via the technology and then we can share this with others. So thank you.
Thank you for asking me.
Well, I want us to spend some time talking about prayer because I know you to be a person of prayer. And I first learned that when I moved here in 2014. You may not remember, but you wrote me this very thoughtful letter in which you told me that you were praying for me. And it really meant a lot to me. And you've continued to send me notes through the years. And I know that you have prayed for me, for our church, and I know that's just who you are as a person of faith.
Well, I'm still praying for you and our church. I love our church and I love the members and I love you. And I appreciate all you're doing for us. I know you're a very busy man.
I am, and I am busy. It's true. I've got a lot on my calendar, and I know sometimes when people are so busy, myself included, we can sometimes forget to pray. So I want to ask you, why do you think prayer is so important for Christians?
Well, it's a time to be closer to the Lord, and I can't imagine any Christian not asking for guidance. I start my morning every morning when I wake up and thank God that I made it through the night and ask Him to guide me. And then I get up and take my upper room and my Bible and read it and pray for members of our church and families. And it's just so meaningful to me that I can't imagine anybody not taking advantage of meeting with God every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Prayer is very much meeting with God, being with God, like you're saying, thanking God, but also praying for others, right?
That's right. Praying for others and praying for guidance. I try to do that every day because as I pray, I have my Bible usually in my hand, and I love the Psalms, and it's most every day I find some psalm I hadn't really remembered, and it gives me guidance for the day.
Right. So you pray for guidance, you continue to read the scriptures, and what I hear you saying is you see a connection between those prayers and how God provides that guidance.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I also pray for people who I know are having tragedies and trials in their life. I try to pray. I have a list that I keep in my Bible that I use every day. I don't always get through because I have 34 members in my immediate family, and that's a lot to pray for.
That is a lot to pray for. So you're talking about keeping a list, and do you find that when you keep that list and you write down the names, that helps you to be mindful of people?
Yes, it does, very much so. And so often, as I'm praying, different persons come into my mind, and I pray especially hard for them that day. And I also am leaving out, besides being thankful, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for this day. Do you know George Washington's birthday?
That's right. Wow.
He would be he was born in let's see, I forgot the date, but it's been 532 years since he was born.
Incredible.
I looked that up from Savvy this morning.
Oh my goodness.
But
Wow.
I'm so thankful that I have my Bible. My Bible means so much to me. And I think Bible and prayer and hymns all go along together. And as I say, every day I read my Psalms, and most days I find one that is especially meaningful to me. And I know you do too, because I believe you quote a Psalm every Sunday in your prayers.
Yeah. Well,
thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path.
Right. That one is very dear to me, and I've been thinking a lot about the Psalm, I lift up mine eyes to the hills, from where comes my help? I think about Psalm 100 being a psalm of praise, and those psalms, they are words that we can actually pray, like they're words that we can put into our attitude and spirit of prayer, right?
That's right. Last year, when we were reading through the Bible, I found one that was very meaningful to me, and I'd like to read it to you if it's all right.
Yeah, please do.
It's Psalm 25. And before I pray and ask God something, I just can't say, God, do this and God, do that. I always say, please, God, because I can't ask God to give him an order. I cannot give God an order. So I always say, please. And this is the 25th Psalm. And it says, please turn thou to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. Please relieve the troubles of my heart and bring me out of my distresses. Consider my affliction and my trouble and forgive all my sins. And that's one thing I had just left out, how we need to ask God to forgive our sins. Sometimes I think I have sins of omission rather than sins of commission, because I see things to do that I don't do, and God tells me I should.
Wow.
I'm talking too much and not giving you a chance.
No, this is about you talking, because I want people in the church to hear your wisdom and your insight. I think it's incredibly valuable, and no, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. So what I hear from you, and what I've seen in your life too, is prayer is this thread that is found through all the different facets of who you are as a family person, as a church member, as a friend. It's found in what you do and what you say. And I think that's just really inspiring.
Well, I don't want to sound like a paragon of virtue, because I'm surely not. I do many things sinfully every day, but I try to acknowledge and ask forgiveness for what I've done and what I haven't done.
Well, Anne, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me, specifically to chat about prayer. This is the first of a 5-part series of videos, me talking with church members about prayers, presence, gifts, service, and witness. So you're the first one. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it.
Well, can I say one more word?
Please. Yeah, let's hear it.
Jesus took time to pray. That was a very important event in his life. He was always getting up early and praying. And so if he needed to pray, we surely do need to pray. And I'm going to hush after this, but when I was in the junior choir, we sang a hymn around this time of year. And I don't know all the words. It was in the old hymnal. It said that Jesus prayed, and this is a hymn. The first verse, into the woods my master went, clean forspent. And I don't know the rest of that verse, but the last verse says, out of the woods my master came, content with death and shame. So that's what prayer did for Jesus, and it can surely do the same for us. And thank you so much.
And this has been such a blessing. Thank you for doing this with me.
Okay, you're welcome.